Good morning, everybody. It's 4 a.m. I just finished a long day of coding. But anyway, I just thought I would record this quick tip for you all. If you decide that you want to try your hand at freelancing, or even, if you're going into the corporate world, this is really a good tip or, kind of tip for web developers to kind of get a grasp on. And that trick or that skill or that tip is managing expectations. I firmly believe that most of the problems we face in web development when it comes to the relationships of all the parties involved comes down to good management. And so you as the web developer, if you are the one who's dealing directly with either the business owner or the stakeholders in the corporation or whoever it is, it's your job to properly set those expectations. Because the reality is you're there because they don't know how to do what you do. And that's why they brought you in, for your skill set. And so you need to take control of the situation and you need to say, okay, based on your requirements, here's how much it's going to cost. So you write up an estimate and, you put that in your contract and you say, based on your requirements, here's how much this is going to cost. Here's how long it's going to take. Here's exactly what each feature you've requested will do. And your application will be compatible with these devices or these browsers or whatever it is you're developing. It will have this functionality and have this amount of compatibility. And my expectation for you, the client, is that you deliver certain things to me by certain dates so that the project can be on time on the timeline that I've estimated. And then on top of that, the client, need to adhere to the payment schedule that we've set forth in the contract. So this is kind of a long-winded way of saying is that if spell out exactly, the services you're providing and what you're going to do for the client, and you write that out in a contract, you will do well, and you will save yourself so much pain and heartache. And the other thing, what you're going to do is you're going to avoid scope creep. Everyone in the programming world talks about scope creep, how, the business, owners and the stakeholders and the clients and whoever, come back, well, can we make this change or can we make this change? And the thing of it is you want to appear flexible. And the nice thing about having the contract and the timelines and the things established ahead of time is then you can go back when they ask for those changes and say, hey, yes, we can do those things, but the consequences of those things may be more money. They may be a delay in the project launching on time. But the nice thing is by setting those expectations up front and having a contract and having things spelled out ahead of time, is that puts you in the driver's seat. That gives you the power to basically tell the client, here are the consequences of what you're asking for, and this is what we agreed to. And so it basically removes any vagueness or any false assumptions, and it really brings clarity to the situation, because I'm sure we'll all agree that we can't always remember everything that was said. And that's why, just again, a good way to manage expectations is by having a really well-written contract up front, and then throughout the process, just reminding the client of what they agreed to if they're looking to have more work done outside of the scope of the project. So anyway, so that's just a quick tip. There's a link that I'm going to put down below if you want to look at a sample contract. It was put together by this great guy. His name's Andy Clarke. He has a website called stuffandnonsense.uk. He is an amazing CSS guy. I learned so much from him. And anyway, I'm going to link to that. It's called Contract Killer. And it's just really a good, useful tool and something that I've learned, I've kind of used as a boilerplate and I've adapted. So anyway, so that's my tip for you. You know, if you're getting started in this, a really good way to avoid bad relationships and falling out with people and having frustration is just being honest about what you want up front with the client or the business owners, and what you're gonna, what your expectations are, and then you can let them know what their expectations of you should be. And when you set those up front and you maintain those, it just really eliminates so many problems. And then it really eliminates the whole bad client thing, because I feel like there aren't really bad clients so much as bad managers. And I think it's our job to be good managers, because we're the professionals, we're the experts that they hired. And even if you're just getting into this, you still know more than they do, more than likely. So you're still the smartest person in the room, and you're the one to call the shots. And so don't worry about imposter syndrome or anything like that. Just take control and say, this is what we're doing. This is the best way that I know how to build this. And this is what you're getting for X amount of dollars and whatnot. So anyway, I hope that helps you. And that's all I got. Take it easy.